Hi guys, good morning. Is Shiva here? Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, good
Yes,
morning,
yes,
Shiva.
audible.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, one and all. So, guys, thanks for joining and welcome you all to the SuccessFactors certification training program. And before we go forward with the agenda, let me first introduce myself. So, myself, I'm Shiva Suresh, where I hold 15 plus years of experience on the SAP domain, where I've been dealing with multiple areas within SAP, in which past close to 9 years is into the SuccessFactors consulting particularly. And currently, I play a role of a solution architect in one of the level 5 NC. And apart from my real-time career, parallelly, I've been handling SuccessFactors trainings where I've trained SuccessFactors for almost 1,300 participants from different parts of the globe over a period of last 7 years. And prior to that, I even handled SAP HCM trainings as well. And I've trained 100 plus participants on HCM as well. So this is about myself, both as a real-time professional and also as a trainer, the way how I deliver the things. So, so being a real-time professional, so you can expect that all my discussions will be with the actual examples that we come across in the projects. I'm not just into trainings, guys. So whatever discussions I make, whatever examples I take will be with as per the projects, whatever we actually come across in the real time. That's how my discussions will be. And coming to my credentials, I'm professional certified in SuccessFactors, where I hold my certifications on all the top modules like Employee Central, Recruiting Management, Performance, Succession and Career Development Planning, all these areas. Okay. And then moving on, first of all, if you have to know about professional status, so professional status is something that you get by customer feedback. It's not just by writing an exam. When we say professional certified, that status is given only for people who have a best customer feedback. You have very few people in the market with that professional status, and I am one among the few. So that is about me at this early stage to start with, and we'll get to know more about each other down the line. And to understand the way how we are going to utilize this
Shiva, I'm so sorry. This is Kritika this side. One of my colleague Chitra has not received the link, it seems.
I've shared already. Ask her to check. I've shared before starting the session. Also, I've shared her. She can find it out on both WhatsApp and email as well.
Okay, thanks.
If she still will not find, you can forward her.
Okay, sure, I'll do that. Yeah.
So, one second, guys. Yeah, so the way how we are going to utilize our next 1 hour of time is about the agenda. So it's where we'll start with understanding the modules, what we are looking in this training program, and then we'll be looking into the details about the course, the way how it is going to be executed, and the main content of SuccessFactors, what you will be mainly interested about. So to understand what is this product, what it has in store for us, how it looks like, all that discussion on the SuccessFactors product is also what we'll be having. And at last, we'll extend definitely with whatever questions you have. We can extend the session with the question and answers. So it doesn't mean you have to wait till the end of the session. If you have any questions in between, guys, you have a hand raise option in the Zoom controls. So you can use that hand raise option and you can raise your hand so that I can call out your name and we can discuss your queries. That is the way. And now, as all of you already have an idea that SuccessFactors is a HR product from SAP. So within HR, the way we have multiple functions, guys. So SuccessFactors has a module for each and every such function. So that's where today SuccessFactors stands with a portfolio of 11 plus modules in it, in which the top 3 modules, what are highlighted here on my slide, are very much in demand across the geographies and recommended to start anybody's SuccessFactors consulting career, which are in the name of Employee Central, Performance Management, and Recruiting Management, the first 3 modules. Okay, so we'll be focusing on all these 3 modules in our curriculum, where before we even get into any module specific configurations, guys, first we'll start with the introduction part. Introduction is where we'll be looking into the the basics of SuccessFactors. So whatever career experience you have. So I know that most of you are from the talent acquisition background, core HR operations background and all. And from whatever background you are coming in. So now for SuccessFactors, we are going to start from the scratch. So we should be clear with the complete foundational fundamentals of this product, the architecture of it, the systems, navigations, terminologies, all the basic activation setup that you have to make, all that is important before you get into the actual configurations of the modules. So that is what we will be concentrating here in the very first step of introduction to mastery, guys. Okay, where in the mastery level, you will get all that fundamental knowledge and then we enter into the modules. So point number 2, 3, and 4 are those modules what are in our slide. Employee Central, Performance Management, and Recruiting Management. These 2, 3, and 4 are the actual modules.
Sorry, slide is not visible, Shiva.
Guys, are you able to see others? Can anyone confirm?
Yes,
Yes, it is visible.
yes,
Yeah.
visible. It's visible.
Yeah, so Kritika, it looks like some issue at your end. You can just rejoin if you want.
Log out and log in.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So this way, it's a 3-module curriculum with all these 3-module configurations we see once we are done with the introduction to mastery level discussions. And at last, we'll be looking at the reporting as well, guys. So being a HR system, the way the organization would be expecting to generate some reports about the employees' salary details, employees' performance ratings details, whatever kind of information from the system. So how can we build some reports on the SuccessFactors data level is all what about the reporting also we'll be looking at the end of the program. So the main context is about the 3 important modules, 2, 3, and 4. That is the points. And now before we go deep diving into the product of SuccessFactors, understand its functionalities and all. So let me first give you some clarity about the objective, the way we deliver this program as well, guys. So that's where. So first point, implementation oriented scenarios. As I mentioned, I being a real-time professional, my discussions will be with any topic that I take, how that will be actually impacting in the real time, what sort of a requirement discussion that happens around that context in the real time is what I focus on. And 90% of my session time will be on the practical system configuring the product. So I don't just theoretically speak on the things. So once I take any topic, initial 5-10 minutes is maximum I speak on the topic theoretically. Remaining session I configure it screen to screen, I'll navigate, I'll show you the configuration and I'll show you the output of it and we leave the session. So that's how my discussions will go. Second, certification readiness. So I'll make sure that you will be certification ready by the end of the program. You will have that expertise for sure. And when I talk about certifications, it's not any bookish knowledge. I'll make sure that you will have your functional expertise to handle your own implementations after the training that way. And regarding the point of certification, that's not a big deal, guys. So SuccessFactors getting certified is pretty simple. So with the proper training and practice, one can definitely be certified. So SAP knows that people who come for certification are people who have no real-time knowledge. Only the people who are just trying to only go for the certification, because according to SAP, to work in a real-time project, you should be certified. That means a person who coming for certification, he did not do any project till now. So at that level only the certification will be. So one with a proper training and practice will definitely be able to clear it. And I can support with certification sample papers, the exact ongoing question papers, that different things, which is we called certification terms and all. That's a separate story. I can even support with that. That's a separate part. But apart from certification oriented, actual core knowledge, what you have to get to implement and work in the real time is what I'll be making sure you get end to end for handling the independent projects. And at last, people also ask me about customizing capability. So SuccessFactors being a cloud product, to what extent can we customize it is what people ask me. So that is also a very important chapter that we discuss in our Employee Central sessions. We have a dedicated discussion on customization. So we have pretty much possibilities. We can come up with some custom fields on the screens. You can come up with complete custom screens, custom process flows, everything 100% possible in SuccessFactors. That will also be discussed. So these are the few pointers that I have to highlight in the beginning. And then now to understand also what we are going to heading towards. So now that you are learning this program and you'll be gaining the knowledge, you'll be certified and all. So what kind of job market are you going to target? So to give some understanding about your job role as a SuccessFactors consultant, how does it look like, guys? So the point is, now whatever is your domain area currently you are landing into IT sector. With SuccessFactors consulting, you are going to get into IT sector. So all you are getting in IT sector, the advantage is you are not dependent on any programming or coding skills. It's completely functional product. SuccessFactors is completely functional on-screen configurations, no programming required, but still you are landing into IT sector, which has a very good pay range, very good demand in the market. That's the first point. Now the designations, what you will be getting, what are the designations you will be looking for is SuccessFactors consultant. That is a designation, like employee central consultant. One second. Like employee central consultant, recruitment management consultant, performance management consultant. That way, SuccessFactors is the main keyword. SuccessFactors employee central, SuccessFactors recruitment consultant. Those are the designations. So now you get jobs with IT companies, as I told you, like you will be employed with Accenture, Wipro, Deloitte, some kind of IT companies is where you get the jobs with. So what will be your job role is that you getting a job with example IBM as a SuccessFactors consultant, you will work for the clients of that IBM. So now IBM has a client like Coca-Cola. They have Air India as a client of IBM, example. Next, PepsiCo, like those different clients are there. So for these clients, when they are planning to implement SuccessFactors as their internal HR product, IBM will deploy you in that project and you will work as per the client requirements. So you will have a meetings with the HR department of the client and you will understand what are their requirements, and we configure the SuccessFactors system as per their requirement and deliver the project. So that is how it will be. The recruitment module, performance management module, everything. So how does the client wants to have their system function? Accordingly, we configure it in SuccessFactors and we deliver it. That is how your job role looks like. Requirement gathering, configuration, and delivering. And now this is a project that might run for 8 months, 1 year example. After that, once you are done with that project, now IBM can allocate you to the second project. So this time they can allocate you a PepsiCo project example. So again, there you will do the requirement gathering, configuration, testing, and delivering the project. So that way, one after the other, different projects is what you work on in the real time. So that is how your job role looks like. Okay, working with the IT organizations on their client projects, taking the requirements from the respective HR departments of those clients, and you deliver the project by configuring it. That is an outline about what are you actually looking at your job role. How does it look like actually? Okay. And then next thing is about, excuse me. Next thing is about to understand the complete fundamentals of it, right from the basic level of understanding of this product. So I understand few of you are already having an aware and exposure of this product. Few of you are completely from the layman level. For the benefit of everyone, let me define it from the very scratch. That's where we have to understand, first of all, SuccessFactors is a cloud-based HR product from SAP. HR solution is what every one of you know, but what is cloud-based is a question that comes up. So that cloud-based discussion we'll have in next couple of slides. We'll come into that. But as of now, we can underline that it's a cloud-based HR solution from SAP. And it comes with a portfolio of 11 plus modules, as I previously also showed. So it's a combination of core HR and talent modules. Core HR and talent solutions. A core HR means a system which will have the minimum functionality of hiring, promotion, transfers, salary corrections till the separation or termination of the employee. This hire to retire employee life cycle maintenance is what a core functionality. Along with that, having multiple other features in which you can actually have the functionality of employee hiring, employee performance appraisals, employee recruitment process, career development programs. All this is what we say talent modules, which will improve the talent of the organization through different learning programs, career development programs. All that are the talent solutions. So that's where SuccessFactors has this portfolio of entire range of around 11 modules in it. So a customer implementing SuccessFactors have everything under one single solution, under one single login. They need not look for different products for different solutions. say for performance management, one software, for recruiting management, another software. They need not go for 10 different softwares. Any customer implementing SuccessFactors, they have the entire portfolio of HR applications under one single system. That's the advantage. And next, SuccessFactors can be implemented either as a standalone product. You can implement it as a standalone independent product, or you can implement it as a hybrid product. Hybrid is where you want to integrate SuccessFactors with any other softwares. Say out of these 11 modules, if a client wants to use only 3 modules in SF, whereas for learning management system, they say they'll go for some other software. For career development planning, they go for some other software. That can still be possible with an integration. So we can integrate SuccessFactors with other software such that the data exchange between the softwares, if it is required, it can happen seamlessly. So SuccessFactors is compatible to integrate with any other technology. You want to integrate SuccessFactors with Oracle, Java, .NET, any software platforms it can integrate. So that is where we say hybrid. A customer want to implement SuccessFactors with standalone with all the 11 modules of SF only, or they want to go partially with SF and partially with some other softwares with integration. That hybrid solution is also supported. So these are the key important takeaways, that it is a cloud-based HR solution. It comes with a combination of core HR and talent solutions, a big portfolio, and can be implemented standalone or hybrid, guys. So that's an advantage where this portfolio of these many modules is not a simple thing. You don't have any other products in the market with this much of portfolio offering, guys. Even a few competitors, whoever you talk about, Oracle HR, PeopleSoft, Workday, any other softwares, they don't have this much of portfolio. And the compatibility of integration with other softwares they are lacking that. That's where SuccessFactors stands out in the queue. Okay. And next thing is where, if we look at the little history and background of it, guys. So SuccessFactors has, you might be hearing about this product since last 4 or 5 years, or max to max last 8 years in the Indian market. But SuccessFactors has actually launched in the year of 2002 itself. Almost 22 years back, they have launched SuccessFactors in the US market initially. And that is with one single module called performance management. That is the first module, performance management, that has been launched in 2002. And then year by year, they have been adding new modules into the portfolio, recruitment module, learning management module, like that. They have been bringing new other solutions into the portfolio. And that initial period of 10 years, from 2002 to 2011, they are the market leaders in the cloud-based HR solutions category. SuccessFactors is leading the market. And that is where SAP acquired SuccessFactors. SAP understood the potential of this product, and SAP acquired SuccessFactors in 2011. So before that, SAP and SuccessFactors are two different companies actually. So after the acquisition, now we say SuccessFactors as an SAP company, where even after acquisition, SAP invested a lot into this product. And today SuccessFactors is supported with a portfolio of 11 modules spread across 168 countries, and it is offered in 43 global languages. So you can use SuccessFactors in English, in Hindi, in Arabic, in Middle East. You can have it in German, Hungarian, Italian, like this, in top significant 43 languages that are widely accepted across the geographies. SuccessFactors is supported today. So in 168 countries, SF supporting is not a small thing, guys. For all the large scale industries, for Fortune 500 companies, or all these large enterprise organizations, where they have their employees spread across the globe. So they have their employees in India, US, Middle East, Canada, Russia, in different countries. So SuccessFactors kind of a global system where it can maintain the employees of different countries in one single global system is a very important factor for them. Instead of maintaining local systems, one local software for employees in India, one for Russian employees, one for Middle East employees, instead of having 10 different softwares, one global HR platform where it supports all the countries is a very important decision factor for them. So that is where SuccessFactors stands out today. So starting with one single module, today it's a portfolio of 11 modules offered in 168 countries with 43 languages. And this shows you the global consulting opportunities we have in SF. SF has a very good market across the globe. In fact, currently I'm out of India. I'm taking it from Australia. So SF has a very good consulting opportunities across the globe that way. And then what is this cloud? So of course, we have to agree today SuccessFactors has become a market leader in this cloud-based HR solutions category. But what is this cloud? How is it different from the normal applications? Why are we discussing about cloud continuously in last 15 minutes? Is that? So cloud is not something very much new, guys. We are already used with that. In our day-to-day life, we are using a lot of cloud-based applications, some from the basic Facebook, LinkedIn, Gmail. All these applications, what you are using every day are all cloud-based. So in the previous days, example, if we talk about generally, if a company is implementing any software, for any software, there will be a backend database. That is the minimum understanding that everybody know. You are a person, you are IT person, non-IT person, you are from technical you are from what do you say, chemical engineering background, whatever. So everybody knows a minimum understanding that every IT application has a backend software. So previously, when any company is implementing a software, they have a database. So the database server is present, and that server is hosted in a dedicated server room. Every company will have their server room where all these database servers will be hosted. And that's the physical process. A physical database is present. That is called on-premise approach. On-premise, within the company, within the customer premises, they have their database. That is on-premise approach. Whereas the cloud approach is where that database, what you're talking, is not in the client's office or in the client's control anymore. That will be remotely hosted in any part of the globe. The database of your product is remotely hosted in any part of the globe. It can be in the same country or a different country or a complete different continent. It can be, but you get the access to the data in that database over internet. Through internet, you are able to access the data. So that is cloud model. Simple. If you take Gmail, 10 years back in 2014, if you have sent an email from your Gmail account, you might have attached a PDF file or some photo or something in your email. Even today, after 10 years, if you go to the sent items in your Gmail and you scroll down, you can find that email of 2014. So whatever is the attachment that you have made, that 5 MB, 10 MB file, whatever, you can still have it. All these 10 years, where is the 10 MB file stored? Is that in your mobile memory? Is that in your laptop memory? No, it's in the Google memory, the Google database servers. And where is the Google database server? Do you have an idea? Nothing. Whether it's in US or it is in Middle East or it is in Africa, I don't know where is the Google's database. I can access the data in my Google account with a proper authentication and with an internet connectivity. So that way, hosting the data remotely and accessing the data on demand whenever you require over internet is a cloud model. So that is how even SuccessFactors operates. You can host all your data in a cloud model in which it is a remote data center. So SAP will handle our databases here. So now whatever is the client's database will be hosted and handled by SAP. SAP is going to maintain data centers. So those remote locations where the client databases are hosted are called data centers. And each data center is a collection of like 500, 700 customer databases. If you go to one data center, it's a huge data center with hundreds of customer databases in that. That way today, SAP is operating around 15 data centers across the globe. 15 data centers across the globe. Okay, so we have a couple of examples like data center number 2, which is in Amsterdam, Netherlands. We have data center number 10 in Sydney, Australia. Like this, we have multiple more. We have one in Singapore, one in Saudi, one in South Africa. Like that, today 15 data centers are operated by SAP to handle the global customer databases. In each data center, you can find hundreds of customer database. So this is to give you an idea about what does a cloud model mean. In simple, remotely having the database and we access the data in the database over internet is what cloud model is. So architecture wise, it is cloud model, but end of the day, for you as a consultant who is working on configurations of the product, you have nothing to do with that. This is how the architecture of SAP SuccessFactors product designed. But we as a consultant has nothing to do with this cloud, remote database, everything, nothing. We have nothing to do. We deal with the front end screen configurations. Whatever I see on the front end, How do I do the hiring of the employee? While hiring the employee, what approvals, permissions are required? What are the validations to be present in the system? So these processes what I configure. The backend database, everything is not consultant responsibility. It is the SAP's product design. They deal with it. So, but to understand when we say SuccessFactors as a cloud product cloud model, so what does that cloud mean is what we are having the understanding. That's it. Okay. And let me just have a look at a couple of questions in the chat, guys. One moment. Okay. So Akil, if you have questions, you can definitely raise your hand instead of dropping it all the questions in the chat, because while speaking, I might miss your questions. You can raise your hand and you can theoretically you can discuss orally here. But let me just answer a couple of questions from the chat. So the demand of SuccessFactors across the world is something I already responded to you. Next, words on payroll. Yeah, so SuccessFactors, when you talk about payroll, so payroll is not a product, a module within SuccessFactors, guys. So SAP has a cloud payroll. We call it as employee central payroll. SAP is having a separate cloud payroll. So if a client is implementing SuccessFactors, all these 11 modules, if they want to implement payroll, they can go with SuccessFactors. I mean, they can go with the SAP cloud payroll, or they can go with Oracle payroll, any payroll product. It's not mandatory that they have to come up with the SAP payroll. So if they want to implement, they can, and we can integrate. SuccessFactors and the SAP cloud payroll product will be integrated. They are two separate products. So payroll is not a module within SuccessFactors. It's a separate product altogether. Payroll system is different. SuccessFactors system is different. You have two different systems. So now if a client is implementing SAP cloud payroll, so we can integrate SuccessFactors with that cloud payroll. That is how it happens. So that is a separate product, a separate certification, separate role in the project, a separate career altogether. That is about payroll. And then to answer about the security of the data when you are maintaining it in the cloud model. So that is where the data centers. So the data centers have their all the security standards, guys. So not only SAP SuccessFactors related data centers, you have lot of data centers, Amazon data centers, Google data centers. We have Meta data centers from Facebook and all. You have Amazon data centers, Microsoft Azure data centers. So all the big game companies today are having their respective data centers, where every data center has its respective security protocols, the way how the data is being hosted, maintained, how do they have a backup of the main data, everything will be as per the security standards. So that's where the product design of the data centers, even SAP will have their own vendors with whom they may handle the data center stabilities. The security, confidentiality, the data protection rights, everything will be handled separately. So for that is where it's not again a consultant thing, which is all the SAP's architectural design. So for such questions, if a client is coming up with what is the security of my data you're hosting in a remote database, so that's what SAP sales team will answer. We need not get into that. It's a sales team, SAP sales team will answer the client in terms of the product design of SAP's data centers. Okay. So they are all secured. They have these ISO standards and their respective security standard certifications will be allocated for the SAP data centers. Okay. And then now, okay, this is how the cloud model functions. We are clear with it. But what are the reasons why the global customers are migrating towards these cloud-based solutions? So what has been the demand, the reasons for the demand across SuccessFactors solutions? We hear a lot about SuccessFactors these days. So what are these reasons is, the advantages that we see with the cloud solutions is nothing but the reasons for why SuccessFactors, guys. Okay. So in that context, the point is, first thing, hardware. So now customer is not required to invest on the hardware. Okay, they are not required to purchase any database servers. So once you go into the business of buying the database server, it's not just one server. You have to have a backup server also. If one server is down, the other server, the backup server should be up and running immediately. So that way you should have a main server and a backup server. Okay. Then to maintain those servers, you should have network engineers, a dedicated server room. You need some network engineers to take care of those servers round the clock, continuous power backups to that server rooms. all this infrastructure cost is reduced. So customers need not invest on that hardware infrastructure anymore. It is SAP's responsibility to take care of it. And that's giving the client a commercial benefit. So a lot of budget of the project is reduced. That's why we say the total ownership cost of the project is reduced. Low TOC, total ownership cost of the project is reduced. That is the first commercial benefit that they find with the cloud-based solutions. Second, licensing model. So what is the advantage here is now SuccessFactors is not sold as one single costly license. It has 11 modules in it. So today, if I'm implementing 3 modules, I'm charged only 3 module license. It's like module wise, employee central license, recruitment license, performance management license. Every module has its independent license. Today, what modules I'm implementing, I'm charged only for that. I am not forced to pay a big bundle of 11 module related costly license. That's one relaxation. Second, in a company, say example, it's a 30,000 employees manufacturing company across the world. They have 30,000 employees. In such a company, minimum you can say 5,000 to 6,000 employees can be who are not computer friendly. Either they are not completely educated, or even if they are educated, they are not computer friendly. They don't know how to use laptops and all. So they never log into SuccessFactors in that case. And their SAP is giving you an exemption. So those people who never log into the product of SuccessFactors, so for them, SAP is giving an exemption that SAP is not charging for those employees. So in a company of 30,000 employees, 5 to 6,000 licenses per year, if you are saving the license cost for global customers who have their employees even more than that 50,000, 80,000, 1 lakh employees, kind of a large enterprises like Coca-Cola, who have their employees spread across 30, 40 countries across the globe. So they will save a lot on the licensing part. So that is a commercial benefit in the licensing the client see. And then release management. So SuccessFactors comes up with new features and functionalities every 6 months, guys. Every 6 months, you will have new features and new functionalities continuously in SuccessFactors. Okay, it's not today, if I implement the product today in November 2024, whatever I have today, I need not live with this. In the month of May and in the month of November, twice a year, new features and functionalities are continuously released. The backend SAP innovation team will be trying to develop new features for the clients. And all that new features are free of cost we can avail. The way you get your Android phone updates, you get your Apple iOS phone updates, and you update it, as simple as that. I keep on getting new features, latest UI, latest user interfaces, AI capabilities like this. SAPs keep on bringing new things. So that's where all these are again free of cost without any additional charges. I can avail them. So that is one more commercial benefit. And the last but not least, accessibility. So SuccessFactors coming up with remote login. So SuccessFactors is like cloud-based. The way how you can access your Gmail, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, all this over internet. Same like SuccessFactors also, you can access anywhere, anytime, any part of the globe. Okay. So post-pandemic, companies are looking for these remote solutions. So even if my employee is present in a far village, if he has an internet, he can still work. He's not forced to come and sit in office, connect to the office network, log into office laptop. He should not be forced to that. So that way, remote access is important. So accessibility across the globe is important for organizations these days to digitalize their applications and to make them remotely accessible. So SuccessFactors supports that. So these are all the various advantages we have with cloud-based. Few of them are these what I highlighted, many more advantages. So all these advantages are making the global customers to migrate towards cloud-based. Not only in HR space, in finance space, in IT space, in multiple areas, companies are looking for cloud-based approaches, cloud-based solutions, and cloud computing. That is what the increasing demand for cloud today. Okay. So these are all the reasons why we see for SuccessFactors. Okay, that is the way. And I don't want to bore you with the slides anymore. I would like to show you the system of SuccessFactors, how it actually looks like. But here, before we see the system, it's better we have an understanding of what are the systems So there are two systems, guys. Whenever you're working as a consultant in SuccessFactors in the real time, you will get two systems, provisioning and instance. These are the two things that you see. One second, guys, there are a couple of questions regarding certification in the chat. I'll come to that point. So once I just done with the product discussion, I'll come to that for sure. I have that in my agenda. Okay. So now on the systems, as a consultant, when you're working, provisioning and instance are the two systems that you see as a consultant. Okay. So provisioning system is what we just simply we call it as a backend system, where all the activations will happen there. Provisioning level, all the activations like whatever modules out of 11 modules today, if the customer is implementing 3 modules, activating the 3 modules. In each module, what features and functionalities you want to enable, disable, all that happens in the provisioning level. And as I told, SF is supported in 43 languages. Today, if the client wants to enable 5 languages, English, Arabic, German, like this, some 5 languages they want to enable. So enabling that languages, these kinds of activations, enabling is what happens in the provisioning. That's it. You don't have any configuration in the provisioning. Provisioning is all about activations and some prerequisite config files upload. So there will be some standard XML files, SAP given XML files, which we upload on the day one when we start the project as a config files, prerequisite files. So these kinds of things only is what you do in the provisioning. The main configurations, client specific requirements, their validations, calculations, process flows, whatever you configure is what we do on the instance side. Instance is where we say the front end of SuccessFactors. So 85% of your project work will be on the instance, just 15% things will be in the provisioning. That way we have two systems, provisioning and instance. And to access provisioning, the prerequisite is you should be certified. One should be certified to access the provisioning system, to work in a real time. So you should be certified, and only for certified professionals, they get the provisioning access. That way, to start the project, first provisioning level activations are important. To do the provisioning activations, you should be certified. That way, SAP made SuccessFactors certification mandatory. So one should be certified to get the access to the system and to do the activations. Once you do the activations in the provisioning, then only the rest of the configurations, the 85% configurations you can do on the instance level. That way you have dependency with the certification. So two systems is what we access. When the project is completed, you have done the project for say 8 months, 1 year, some duration, you have done the project, and now you deliver the project to the client. When they have to start using the system, it is the instance system they see. Client will use the instance side of the SuccessFactors system, where 85% of your configurations are done. As a consultant, we work a majority of the time in this system, and this is the same system client is going to see. Each and every employee in the client side. Example, if Coca-Cola is our client, right from CEO in the Coca-Cola till a peon in Coca-Cola, every employee of Coca-Cola is going to get the access to the instance side of the system, where every employee will have their own ID and password with what they can log in and they can see the system. So don't think SuccessFactors being a HR system, it will be accessible only by HR department. No, every employee in the company will be getting the login. So they can log in, they can look at their own salary data, they can see their personal details, they can apply their leaves, everything in the system. But what a basic employee can have the authorizations in the system, what a manager can do, what a HR can do, what a HOD can do, that will be controlled through permissions. So the HRs, HODs, CEO, they can have more permissions. A general employee will have a limited permissions. That way, the permissions what you have in the system is what it is, different from user to user. But every person in the company is going to get the login into the SuccessFactors system, and that is the instance side of the system that they log in. So how does that systems look like? So what do we see in them is what I am now going to show you, the look and feel of the system, guys. Okay. So let me just log in into the system. First, I'll show you the instance side, the main system, what the client will be seeing majority of the time. And even we as a consultant, we work all our configurations there, 85% of our project work. That instance system is what I'll first show you. Okay. And before that, a small request. I see few people who I don't know who their names. So I request you to please message your contact number in the chat. Mr. Dinesh, Mr. Lavakumar. These are
Hey,
the
hi, Shiva. Hi, this is Lavakumar.
Lavakumar.
Yeah,
Yeah, just drop me your contact number in the chat, Lavakumar. Okay.
sure. Okay,
Thank you. Even Mr. Dinesh, please do that.
sure.
And rest all people, I guess I already spoke with you guys. Thank you. Okay. Now, moving on to the system of success factors to show you how does it look like. Just a moment. So the provisioning system, which I told you guys, which is accessible, which is required to be having certification. So that means only a consultant will be able to access the provisioning. A client side end users, general employees of a customer will never get the access to the provisioning because that is related to certification. So they never see the provisioning system. The only system what the client will be seeing is the instance system. Okay. And this is how the instance system looks like, the look and feel of it. Okay. And so whenever any employee logs in, this is a system that they see the first page or the home page of SuccessFactors, we can say, which will start showing you the good morning, good afternoon messages based on your time zone. As I told, I'm in another country, that's why it's already afternoon here. It's showing good afternoon. And here it shows you the navigation into the various other modules like modules, compensation management, career development planning, goals, performance, recruiting, all these various modules that are activated in the system. You will have the single click navigation to that. And here you will have some quick actions, which is about what are the applications or the screens that the employees or the managers in the company will be frequently required to access. We can keep them as quick actions, so that with a single click, I'll be able to visit that particular page. Okay. So I, as a manager, if I want to have a look at my team, manage my teams, where in the pop-up, it will bring me the list of all my subordinates data. I, as an employee, if I want to apply leave, the third icon here, request time off. When I click on it, it'll give me a pop-up where I can apply the leave. So without going 10 different screens into the system, on the very first page with a single click, a pop-up comes in which I can apply the leave like that. So here we have different icons. Each and every icon has a respective application that will open up in front of us that will show us the data. And this one that I clicked now is some kind of reporting thing. So the way how the top management will be interested to have some analysis of data represented in a graphical mode like this. So this is something. So like this, with a single click access, they have access to different items. And how do we build these different graphical reports also is what that comes up in our discussions in the reporting tool level down the line. Okay. And then if you scroll down further, you will have some sections where you can see, as a logged in person today, whatever are the pending items that you have to close in the system. So like any mandatory trainings that are pending on your name, or there are any approvals that you as a manager, you have to approve some requests of your subordinates. So all such things will come up here such that you can just immediately take the action. Those need your attention will come up here. So this is how the home page will have different items, and we can even customize this, what to appear, what not to appear here, all that we can customize, which we'll see down the line. And every employee, when they log in, if they get into this employee files as a navigation, they can look at their own employee record. So in this SuccessFactors HR system of this customer, what all data has been maintained about this employee that can be seen. So currently I logged in as a admin user, and the user ID I'm using this is a lady called Emily Clark. With her admin account is what I logged in which right from her profile picture, her designation, her name, her department in which she is working, and different other sections of her employee information is all shown here. So I can see her contact details, her national IDs, her address information, her dependent details, emergency contacts, like this different blocks of information, along with her salary, compensation part. So like this different sections of employee information is all present in this page. From top to bottom, you'll have different sections. You just have to keep scrolling. You will find different sections of information, guys. So this is all a part of Employee Central, and more in detail about this page we'll discuss in our Employee Central module. But just to give you an idea, if you have, as an employee, when you log in and you want to look at your own data, you can just click on employee files. That shows up your profile right from your profile picture till your salary information. Every minute information what is stored in the system can be visible on this page. And we can also customize this page with what sections to be visible, what not to be visible, all that we can even customize. We'll see in the regular configs. And here we have called company info. So this company info is something that will give you the org chart, the hierarchical representation of employees who reports to whom. So for this lady, currently the system administrator I logged in, she has one subordinate reporting to her, that's it. And if you want to look at a broader view, for example, if I search for some random name, I'm just searching for someone called David Rue here. If I just click on this person name, so to whom this person reports to, so he reports to Rebecca, and from there the Rebecca reports to Marcia, like this, till the top of the organization, till the CEO, who reports to whom, that hierarchy is shown, a straight line. And here this lady Marcia is actually having six people. One of them is Rebecca. If you want to see that entire six people, just click on her name, so you can see that the five of them are listed here, and Rebecca is 1/6. Like this. So you can have this hierarchical view of employee reporting. And if you want to download this, you can even export this. On the right hand top, you have an option where you can download it as an image or as a PDF option. All these options will be available on the right hand top corner when you click on this download icon. So the advantage with this is you don't require to do any config for this. It's a plug and play. Just you maintain the data. So you maintain 100 employees, 10,000 employees, whatever. For every employee, while you're uploading the data, maintain the reporting manager. For employee A, B is the manager. For B, C is the manager. You just maintain that data. That's it. Accordingly, system can generate this graphical view. That's about the company's hierarchy, which is org chart, we see. And then on the right hand top corner, every employee will have some settings. When an employee logs into the SuccessFactors system, they have something called settings. So when they go for this settings, guys, system will show up the settings, what they can do on their own login. That is, first thing is about the language. So I can choose in which language I'm interested to see the system. So these are the languages which are activated out of 43 languages. Currently in this system, these 13 languages are activated. So in these 13, it is the end user choice which language he is comfortable. If I'm a person comfortable in Korean, I can just choose Korean and I can switch. If I'm a person from South Korea, I'm interested to see in my system in Korean language. Just select that and click on switch. You can see the system is going to be translated into the Korean content. Completely all the sections, all the names of the modules, navigations, everything is in the Korean content. That way, in that 43 languages what SAP is supporting, you will have the standard translations already available. It's about you choosing which languages are required, like client. The company has to decide which are languages they are planning to activate. So in the system, they have activated for 13 languages. Within these 13, now it is the end user choice, which language he is comfortable, he can use it. So if I want to come back to English, just click on switch to English and I can come back. In English also, you see US English and the UK English, the British English, both are supported that way. And then here, okay, let me first switch to English. In the same settings on the right hand top, where on the left hand bottom, you have a mobile feature. When you go for the mobile, here you will have an option, the way how you can set up your mobile app. SuccessFactors is supported in mobile app as well. It is supported in both in Android and iOS versions. You can use SuccessFactors on iPads, tablets, laptops, desktops, across the devices. You can use SuccessFactors today. And when you, as an employee, if you want to set up your mobile app, it's pretty simple. You don't require huge knowledge, technical knowledge there. Just as simple as you are download any mobile app these days, download it. And to log in, you need not even enter ID and password. Here you have an activate via camera option, where if you enable this, a QR code displays. You can scan this QR code with your SuccessFactors mobile app, and immediately this login, this Emily Clark's login, will come into the mobile app. They don't require to enter ID password manually. They can just scan this QR code once That's enough. So employees can apply their leaves from the mobile app. The managers can accept the leaves from the mobile app. All that can happen on the go that way. So this advanced SuccessFactors solutions and navigations are. So that's where SAP invests a lot into the end user experience, guys. SAP is concentrating on the end user experience. So generally any HR solutions, we call them as HCM. Human capital management is what we call, but SuccessFactors, they call them as HXM, human experience management. So end user experience is important. So human experience management is what SAP says that way. So this is how SuccessFactors solutions are very modern and intuitive. The screens are very advanced. You don't get a feel like you are working on a HR system also. They are very intuitive and smooth navigated. So this is to give you some look and feel of the way how SuccessFactors screens look like. Okay. And also to know about what is my role as a consultant, what do I do here? These are the different screens. Okay. But what do I do as a consultant if you want to have a look and feel of how the config screen looks like? I'll give you one example in this demo session, where if I go for employee files. So here in the employee files, guys, when you go for now this lady, Emily Clark, I'm showing her, say, personal information, in which we see her first name, last name, middle name, all these fields. Now, if a client says this ordering is not right, I want to reorder the fields properly. And the last name, I don't want it to be a last name. I want that to be seen as surname. So relabeling the field, reordering the fields, all that any changes they want, we can do it, where we will have one config screen. As a consultant, you can access, where you can go for a tool called business configuration. Whatever are the business requirements, we can configure under this. Manage business configuration is a tool. You can just search for that and just get into the tool, where the different sections of employee information, personal information, salary information, all that sections, names are listed here on the left hand side. Now, personal information section level, we have some requirements, and just select that personal info. Then that section, personal information section, with what all fields we are seeing on the UI, middle name, first name, last name, they are all coming up here. And we can make the correct modifications on this, where I can just go for editing this. On the right hand top corner, I have a edit mode, make correction, do that. And then here you make the necessary changes. Like first thing is you want to relabel last name as surname, do that. That is one change. Not only the default label, you want to make sure the translations are also updated. You just click on the small icon against the label. The translation of that word in other languages, in German, French, Canadian, and all the other languages also, wherever you want to update, you can. So the default, so wherever it is last name, I'm replacing it as surname. That's done. And now order wise, I want surname to be in the first place, followed by first name, followed by middle name. So using these arrows up and down, I can move the fields, reorder the fields. So surname, using this arrow, I'm taking it to the first level, then the middle name, then the last name. So surname followed by first name, followed by middle name. This is how the order of the fields I want. Using these arrows up and down, I can move the fields and order them. I want to make a field mandatory, non-mandatory. All these changes, you can do it. So this is simply, you have done it. Just go to the bottom of the page and save it. So once you save, within seconds, that change will be reflected on the UI. So once this is changed, if I refresh my profile, or if I open a duplicate screen, so the new screen that is loading will come up with the latest config as per the latest change that we have done. You see it comes surname, relabel last name relabeled as surname, followed by first name, last followed by middle name. Whereas the previous version of the config is middle name first and the last name is in the third place. The reordering and the label change, everything is reflected on the latest screen. That way. So this is one example of a config thing. Like a lot more things you'll be looking down the line, but just to give you a flavor of how the config looks like, what you do in the real time, just to give you one example of this. So this is how the instance system look and feel, the navigations look like. Okay. And then next point, as few of you are interested to know about the certification, let me throw you some light on it. So the point is, for each and every module of SuccessFactors, you have a respective certification, guys. So it's not one single certification. For module wise, they have given a separate certification. So each and every module will have 80 questions in the exam for the certification, and it will be completely multiple choice exam with 3 hours of exam. For one module, it is 3 hours exam with complete 80 multiple choice questions. You need not write anything, you need not type anything, no descriptive answers, just completely multiple choice, 80 questions. And the pass percentage, module to module, it will differ. For few modules, it is 60% score you require. For few modules, 65, 70, 75. Like that, between 60 to 75%, the pass percentage for module to module, it differs. Okay. So when you have to go for the exam, you have to subscribe for this package. SAP certification in the cloud is what we say. We have to purchase that program. So in the costing wise, it will be around 45,000 Indian currency. So once you pay that 45,000, you can write up to 6 modules of certifications. It's not 45,000 for every module. So for one-time payment of that 45,000 plus some taxes and all, so you can write up to 6 modules. That is the way. And every module is of 80 questions, 3 hours exam, multiple choice, 60 to 75%. The pass percentage differs between module to module. That's the discussion, high level at this stage. So where do you have to register it? How do you have to make the payment? And more examples of certification oriented questions, how the process will be and all is what I'll anyways take you through in the regular sessions. Okay. And you need not even go for any examination center. You can write the exam from your home. You just have to make sure you are in a closed room, a webcam based exam. Someone will be watching you on the webcam when you are writing the exam. You just have to make sure you switch on your webcam and you are in a closed room. No one is around you and you can write the exam from your home. You need not go to any examination center also. That is pretty simple. And anyways, as I already told you in the over telephonic conversation also, the certification question papers and all is what I can help you with. That is a separate story. So that this is how certification process looks like. Okay. And then yeah, Kritika, you have a question?
Within a year, we can attempt for we can have 6 attempts.
Yes.
And if at all we are we are opting for 3 modules, maybe 1 module, 2 module, if we can go ahead with first attempt. The other module, if at all we have to, if at all we end up having second time, then that will cover in the same 6 attempts, or how is it?
Whenever you schedule an exam, it is 1 attempt counted. Okay, you schedule a same exam 6 times or you're writing 6 different modules, doesn't matter.
Okay.
The 6 times you can schedule the exam. Which module you are scheduling is your choice.
Okay, understood. Thanks.
Sounds good.
And for the memberships, initially when you were taking through Shiva, say for example, licenses are there with the employer. So the licenses are only for the product or the headcount of the organization also?
Headcount of organization, that's what I told you, right? So if there are say 30,000 employees, 30,000 licenses is what company is going to take. In that, if there are people who are not going to log in the system at all, so 25,000 licenses only will be charged by the SAP that way.
Okay.
It's user-based licensing. How many people are logging in? Those many licenses that way.
Understood. Understood. Thanks.
And then, and yeah, so the provisioning system, which I told you guys, so that is about simple activations. So how do you just activate the things when you start the project and all? Nothing configuration. We don't do anything in the provisioning level for the provisioning. So that's something in our regular sessions when we start. I'll show you the provisioning look and feel as well. The main discussion is all about the instance system, and we just had a look and feel of it just now. Okay. Next thing, so also to give you some detail about the program related, as we discussed already with most of you in the telephonic conversation. So this 3-module program with Employee Central, Recruitment, and PMGM, this 3-module curriculum is what we are going to focus on. And these are chosen based on the demand in the market. So myself, I'm a real-time professional. So based on that, I can have an understanding of the product demand today. So these are the top 3 modules which have more opportunities in the market. So these are what we focus in the curriculum. It's a program that goes for a duration of 3.5 months. And as a part of the program, you will be given with an access to the SuccessFactors system in which you can practice all your configurations. You will be given with all the learning documentation, each and every topic wise, whatever I'm teaching you, you'll get the respective learning documents for your preparation. And you'll also get the recordings access of all my sessions. Every day after the session is completed, I'll be sharing you the recordings as well. You can access them for 6 months. And then you are going to have some sample questions and all at the end of the program. I'll share you some sample questions and all of SuccessFactors certification. How does it look like? All that, anyways, that general support as a mentor, I'll definitely do. And I support on the resumes part. So the way how you have to modify and project your profile related to SuccessFactors, how do you have to prepare your resumes, all that I provide you some senior SuccessFactors profile resumes, and I support you on that context. That is one. In terms of the schedule wise, so the schedule is a weekend schedule where we have the session starting from next weekend, next Saturday, which will be in the morning 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. slot, 2 hours Saturday morning, 2 hours Sunday morning. That's the slot. And we start from next weekend. Okay. So this is the entire detail. So beyond this, any other details about the program, timings, dates, anything, etc., costing, anything you have, we can have our telephonic conversation. Most of you already have my contact. A couple of others who have just pinged me your contact, I'll speak with you guys as well. So this is about the program detail. Anybody has any other queries to discuss?
Hello, Shiva. So
Yes.
this certificate is valid for 1 year, right? Post that, what do we do? Should we upgrade ourselves? Should we write exams? Will it cost? Can you give some update?
So the once you write your certification, that is lifetime valid. Default, there is no expiry. It's lifetime valid. The only point is, as I told you, every 6 months there are new features and functionalities being released. When any time when SAP is releasing the features, they release a document. Some 20 to 30 pages of document also is they release what are the new features coming up. So you have to go through that document, and at the end of the document, you can answer around some average 10 questions, between 8 to 12 questions, and an average 10 questions, I can say. You just have to read the document and keep yourself up to date, and you have to attend that 10 questions at the end of the document as an assessment. That's it. So that is something every 6 months SAP is releasing the features, but if you write it once in a year, it is enough. Once in a year at least, if you go through that latest features document and do that small assessment, it's good enough to maintain your certification active. You are not required to write the entire main certification. That small assessment of 10 questions is what you have to give once in a year. And that is not something you spend money on it. Your employer will be giving you, once you join a company, your employer will be providing you with a website called Learning Hub. SAP Learning Hub access is what will be given for all the employees. So in that Learning Hub website, you can give the small assessment, whatever SAP is releasing the document. You are not going to spend anything. Once only for the certification is what you initially spend. Later on, it is the employer who will be giving you the access to that learning website in which you will take your assessment once a year. Okay. Any other queries, anyone?
Also, how does this career progression, like we'll work as a junior consultant, goes to senior consultant, how does it progresses?
That's common. There is nothing to discuss on that. It's all about based on your years of experience and all. Is where you'll have different designations, organization to organization, assistant consultant, associate consultant, senior consultant, lead consultant, solution architect. That way, organization to organization, the different terminologies of designations will differ. We are not required to deal with that. What you are required to be concerned is SuccessFactors consultant is your designation. Okay. So like in other areas, you might have a programmer, designer, what do you say, lead, I'm sorry, not even lead, programmer, designer, developer, like this, you can have different things. SuccessFactors, it is pure consultant. Okay. So based on your years of experience and all, companies might say you assistant, associate, senior, junior, all that. That's different. So SuccessFactors consultant is a designation with your years of experience that you are carrying in, number of modules you are having, your expertise that will drive your career. Okay, so in the starting of the career, people will start with 2-3 modules. Over a period of time, they will get knowledge on the 4th module, 5th module, like that. So max, again, highest you can expect a person having 5 or 6 modules. Even if we have 11 modules, so you don't have anybody in the market who says I know all 11 out of 11. Even me with almost close to 9 years of experience, areas in which I can strongly say I am skilled with is 7 areas, 7 modules. Other modules I have an overview, but 7 is what I can do the real-time projects. That way, no one will be beyond 6, 7. That's practically impossible. That's how it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fine, gentlemen. So this is all about what I actually have planned to deliver you guys in this demo session, to introduce you the product of SuccessFactors, the system, the modules, navigations, all that, how it looks like, and some exposure about the SuccessFactors product as well. And in terms of the contents, what we discussed, so already I've shared you the document, and the people who have already spoken with me, I've sent the training curriculum details email, in which you have the complete list of all the topics what we discuss in the sessions. That is already sent you, but again I'm showing it to you here as well, where for all the modules what we discuss, topic wise in detail, it has been elaborated as well. It's not just simply saying employee central, not simply saying recruiting management. In each and everything, what are the named topics in detail with complete transparency, it is mentioned as well. Like if you take employee central, the way we deal with the complete structure of that module, the different data models, the concept of business configurations, workflows, or the rules and validations that we set up in the system. How do we handle the bulk imports of data, till the leave management, time off as a leave management concept. All this is completely in detail with transparency completely mentioned. You can go through it. And at this stage, the terminologies might be a little Greek and Latin to you. You might not understand the terminologies at this stage, but over the period, once in a week, if you open this document, you'll understand, yeah, Shiva has covered this topic today, you will be able to understand. But complete module wise, each and every topic level, what we cover, 100% completely in detail has been mentioned over here. Okay, so everyone who has already spoke with me is having this document. So others, if anybody did not have it, I can share it post the session, not a problem. That is it.
How do you see the demand of SuccessFactors consultant around the world?
Exponentially growing. Okay, so SuccessFactors, everybody can do their own assessment as well, guys. Simply just go to the recruiting portals in your respective geographies. So I understand, Akhil, you are from Middle East. Okay, so there is a person joining from US. Most of you are from India, like this. People from all these geographies, you can just open your respective job market related portals and see if SuccessFactors as a keyword. You will see plenty of opportunities. So SF is a booming market where there is a kind of a resource crunch as well. Okay, so the profiles are flying. It's very much booming product, and it has a potential to grow forward. It's not that it is a temporary demand now. SuccessFactors as it has got migrated from SAP HCM to SuccessFactors. SAP HCM as an old solution is where it has been in the market for 50 years, since 1970s till this 2020s early. Now it is SAP SuccessFactors which is going to rule it. So SAP is going to invest its complete focus towards SuccessFactors, and this is the product they are going to market. So now all the customers who are previously on SAP HCM are migrating is one thing. Second, there are a lot of new customers coming into SuccessFactors today, because in old SAP HCM as a solution, it's a very costly thing where a company having minimum 3,000, 4,000 employees are only able to invest on it kind of. But coming to SuccessFactors, even a company with 300, 500 employees are also able to invest, and they're able to come into. That's where there is a lot of implementations happening in SuccessFactors. Okay, so it's still in a budding stage. SuccessFactors has a long way to go with long customer focus that it is going to adapt in a way that all the existing customer migrations and to bring in the new customers as well. It has a long way to go over a period of time. Okay.
One more thing, the SuccessFactors consultant work as a freelancer means they can work for global clients also.
Definitely, there is nothing such restriction. You have a skill, you have a certification, you can work for a company or you can work as a freelancer, up to you. There are many freelancers in the market.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thanks a lot.